Bastars transformation Chhattisgarh on brink of real revival, courtesy Modi government. Sustainable peace and genuine revival in Bastar will require not just military might and financial investment, but also a deep commitment to human rights, inclusive development and sustained engagement with the communities who call this troubled region home. Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently met Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Vishnu Deosai. The encounter, on the surface, might appear to be routine political choreography ahead of the PM's Chhattisgarh visit on March 30, but beneath the veneer of political meetings lies a more profound reality: a concerted, sustained effort by both the Indian government and the Chhattisgarh state administration to wrestle the region from the suffocating grip of extremist left-wing Maoism. This insurgency has bled Bastar for decades, leaving scars of violence and underdevelopment etched deep into the land and its people. Recent reports emanating from the region, detailing successful anti-Naxal operations, tentatively point towards a shift in momentum, a potential upswing in the long, arduous battle. But the crucial question remains: are we witnessing a true convergence of security gains and developmental initiatives, a point where tangible progress can finally take root and flourish in this historically volatile landscape? Is Bastar, against all odds, finally on the cusp of a genuine revival? Not for too long, Bastar has been synonymous with violence, a theater of relentless conflict where the writ of the state often struggled to penetrate. The pervasive shadow of Maoist insurgency has not only claimed countless lives but has also fundamentally stunted any prospect of development. To even contemplate a revival, a necessary, albeit grim, precondition is the establishment of a semblance of security. The recent surge in anti-Naxal operations indicates a decisive push in this direction. News reports are replete with figures: 30 Maoists killed in separate encounters, 81 Naxal deaths already this year, and 305 extremists killed in just 15 months. These numbers, stark and unsettling as they are, paint a picture of intensified engagement, a relentless pursuit of Maoist cadres by security forces. These aren't isolated incidents but rather the result of a strategic recalibration. The political will of the central as well as the state government is on the same page. This unified front has empowered security forces to adopt a more aggressive posture, establishing forward operating bases deep within Maoist strongholds like the Abu Ahmad region, an area once considered impenetrable. These camps, far from mere outposts, act as launchpads for deeper incursions, disrupting the Maoist movement and eroding their operational space. Sundaraj P., Inspector General of Police for Bastar Range, further emphasizes the enhanced coordination between the different anti-Maoist forces as a key factor in recent successes. The multi-force operations, involving specialized units like DRG, STF, and Central Armed Police Forces, signify a concerted and sophisticated approach, a departure from previous, perhaps more fragmented, strategies. While the human cost of such intense operations must never be discounted, these security gains appear to be carving out vital space, a necessary clearing of the ground before any meaningful development can take hold. Non-security operations, while crucial in the short term, are not an end. To believe that military victories alone will solve the deeply entrenched Naxal problem is foolish. Focusing solely on body counts and arrests risks overlooking the deeper societal issues that fuel this insurgency. True and lasting peace in Bastar hinges not just on neutralizing Maoist fighters, but on fundamentally transforming the socio-economic landscape that breeds discontent and provides fertile ground for extremist ideologies to flourish. This is where the Modi government's commitment to development becomes critically important and potentially transformative. The initiatives being rolled out in Bastar present this crucial link between development and long-term stability. The electrification of Menar village after 77 years of independence is an improvement in the lives of its residents. Electricity brings not just light but opportunities, for education, for small businesses, for a life less burdened by the constant struggle for basic necessities. Similarly, the Chhattisgarh budget earmarking a substantial Rs 1.65 lakh crore with a special focus on development of Naxal-affected Bastar signals a serious financial commitment. This budget isn't just about security, it prioritizes tourism, security, and infrastructure, recognizing the multifaceted nature of development. The Aspirational Districts Program, the Special Central Assistance, and ambitious road construction projects like the Road Requirement Plan and Road Connectivity Project are examples of targeted interventions aimed at addressing the systemic underdevelopment that has plagued Bastar for generations. Non-political promises are easily made, especially in regions like Bastar, often relegated to the periphery of national consciousness. However, the Modi government's approach, particularly in recent times, appears to be more than mere rhetoric. The substantial budgetary allocation, the focus on Bastar in policy pronouncements, and the consistent emphasis on both security and development suggest a level of sustained political will that may be different from past efforts. The budget aims to establish Bastar as a new development model, prioritizing the transformation of Naxal-affected areas. This ambition to not just contain the insurgency but to fundamentally reshape Bastar's trajectory is noteworthy. Furthermore, the creation of specialized units like the Bastar Fighters, and the emphasis on improving infrastructure, police stations, roads, telecom connectivity all point towards a long-term strategic vision. The Chhattisgarh Hanjir Vision 2047 initiative, outlining 10 major missions focused on healthcare, tourism, agriculture, education, IT, and infrastructure, further underscores a comprehensive, future-oriented approach. While skepticism is warranted given the history of unfulfilled promises in conflict zones, the sheer scale and scope of the current initiatives, coupled with the sustained political backing from both the state and central governments, offer a glimmer of hope that this commitment might translate into tangible, lasting change on the ground. And despite the promising signs, the path to Bastars revival is fraught with challenges. ANEWS 18 opinion piece rightly cautions against ignoring the human cost of counterinsurgency. A purely security-centric approach risks alienating the communities the government seeks to protect. Alienating the very people we aim to protect will only breed further resentment and potentially push them back into the arms of the insurgents, the article warns. Concerns about human rights violations, the potential for collateral damage, and the need for accountability are paramount. The fear and mistrust that pervade local communities, hindering intelligence gathering and community policing, are significant obstacles to overcome. Moreover, development, while crucial, is a complex and long-term undertaking. Resource allocation remains a persistent challenge. Simply increasing spending is not enough. It must be strategic and focused on sustainable development initiatives that empower these communities. The need for dialogue, rehabilitation, and addressing the root causes of Naxalism, poverty, inequality, and lack of opportunity cannot be overstated. Maharashtra's Project Salam is a promising model for reintegrating former Naxalites and highlights the importance of a humane and inclusive approach. According to the South Asia Terrorism Portal, a substantial number of Naxalites, estimated at 16,780, have surrendered between 2000 and 2024. Suggesting a willingness to renounce violence. Sustainable peace and genuine revival in Bastar will require not just military might and financial investment, but also a deep commitment to human rights, inclusive development, and sustained engagement with the communities who call this troubled region home. Bastar stands at a critical juncture. The Modi government's unwavering support, coupled with tangible security gains and a renewed focus on development, provides a window of opportunity, a potential turning point in the region's tumultuous history. However, the challenges are immense, and the ghosts of past failures loom. Whether this moment truly heralds a real revival or another fleeting dawn in a long night of conflict remains to be seen. The path forward demands sustained commitment, nuanced strategies, and, above all, a genuine understanding that the true battle for Bastar is not just against insurgents, but for the hearts and minds of its people. Only then can the promise of transformation become a lasting reality, allowing Bastar to finally emerge from the shadows of violence and claim its rightful place in a resurgent India. Nan.